Welcome back to Awakening the Spiritual Mind. My name is Elisabeth Carrio, your host. In this episode, we open part 3, the turning point from understanding to integration. Part 2 mapped your inner and outer terrain, patterns, roles, archetypes, cultural forces. Part 3 is where insight becomes lived experience. And the first step is listening. Not to more advice, but to the quiet voice within. Today, we will ground 3 pillars: silence, intuition, and generative listening, and open 4 simple portals: dream work, nature, ritual, and journaling. Now I would like to share with you a short passage from my chapter 8. What we just heard reframes the work from fixing to reconnection. The doorway is simple: listening. But to truly listen, we have to change how we listen. There are 3 pillars in this kind of listening. Pillar 1, silence. Silence is not the absence of noise. It's a condition for depth. When you stop feeling every moment, something else begins to speak. Your nervous system softens, your breath slows, and beneath the surface chatter, something truer begins to move. Silence prepares sacred ground, not to control the mind, but to allow what was buried in to rise. Intuition begins to breathe again. Dreams remember their language. The body starts to tell its story, not in words, but in pulse, image, and sensation. There is where insight takes root, not in thinking, but in being still long enough to feel what is already true. Pillar 2 is intuition. Intuition is not a vague, mystical, or irrational concept. It is the intelligence of coherence, the body's way of saying yes or no before the mind catches up. It's the calm voice that doesn't compete for your attention, the one that feels grounded even when it challenges your plan. Anxiety loops, intuition lands. Anxiety demands answers, intuition offers direction. When you sense it, pause and honor it, even if you don't yet understand it, because intuition speaks the language of timing. It arrives only when you are still enough to hear it. Pillar 3 is about generative listening. This is listening as participation. Beyond analyzing or interpreting, you begin to listen for what is not formed yet. The insight, the idea, the truth waiting to be born. You ask a real question, not to get a quick answer, but to make space for emergence. Then you wait. And if at waiting, the field rearranges. You might receive an image or a direction. This is not passive. It is active surrender, a conversation between your soul and life itself. It is how the next step finds you, when you stop chasing it. When these 3 pillars, silence, intuition, and generative listening, are present, everything shifts. Techniques stop being tools and become portals. Dreams stop being random, they become messages. Nature stops being background, it becomes mirror. Rituals stop being habits and become thresholds. And writing stop being self-expression, it becomes communication. This is how wisdom reveals itself, not as new information, but as a deep remembering of what your soul has always known. I propose 4 different exercises that will help you to improve your intuition and listening skill. The first one is called dream work. Keep the notebook by your bed. On walking, capture fragments. a color, a line, a place. Ask one question on the page. What is this dream responding to in my life? Track recurring symbols. Treat them like characters you can dialogue with. Second exercise is about nature. Nature as a sanctuary, not a scenery. So go outside without headphone for 10 or 20 minutes. Choose a tree, a stone, a river. Ask softly, how am I really? Notice your breath and pace change. Let that be your answer. Leave a micro-offering, gratitude, a word, a breath to mark reciprocity. Third exercise is called ritual. Make meaning tangible. Light a candle before writing. We are entering sacred time. Cross a literal threshold, a doorway, a line of stones, naming I am leaving X and I am stepping into Y. Small, repeated acts signal safety to your nervous system and tell your subconscious this matters. The fourth exercise is journaling, is a soul dialogue. Set 10 to 15 minutes, no editing, pen keeps moving. The question is, what truth am I avoiding? What needs to be released? Read one sentence aloud at the end. Circle what surprises you. That's your signal. Now let's practice. If you can, close your eyes. Inhale slowly for a count of 4 and exhale for 6. Do that twice. Bring a real question to mind. Something live, not fear it. Ask inwardly, what do I already know that my mind hasn't caught up to yet? Notice a word, an image, a tiny bodily shift. No pressure to decode, just note it. If what you feel is tight, urgent, and repetitive, likely anxiety. If it is simple, grounded, and brief, likely intuition. Now, journal your notebook, write for 10 minutes. First on signal versus noise. How does intuition feel in my body compared to anxiety? Second question, which portal am I willing to practice for the next 7 days? Dreams, nature, ritual, or journaling? When, where, and how long? What is my single action this week that honors the quiet voices? Listening is a threshold. Next, we will explore the hidden scripts and inherited loops that keep you overriding your intuition and how to unhook from them with clarity and compassion. Thank you for listening to Awakening the Spiritual Mind.